Maven Story came like a few years after. I've been independent for a while and I started hearing one or two whispers that Jazzy is interested. First and foremost, I was in my friend's video, or Deja. I was in Deja's video. She paid me to be a guy, or Fox, video Fox. You know what I'm saying, in the video, and I feel like that kind of helped as well, you know, with the whole Jazzy situation. I think he had come across me on radio, so the story goes. Yeah. So it's like, you know, I'm hearing these whispers, and to me it doesn't make no sense because I'm coming from this way left side of the industry of the music space, and to me I kind of saw the mainstream space as like the place where your soul gets taken away from you. Coming back to Nigeria really is where I started to dabble in being an artist. Because I met some guys out here, everybody knows the story. I met Shodem Camp and the larger camp, like, you know, they became family very quickly and kind of showed me what they were doing. Not just am I rapping, I'm English rapping. And at that time in Nige, you know, that was, you must not really be interested in making money. Every other artist that is big now, whether Afrobeat or a rapper, we used to be a rapper. But whenever there's a success, I'll tell you, for instance, now my song Feeling My Goal, if it goes all the way up to #1, by the time it goes to the rest of the world, it's no longer rap, it's Afrobeats. You know, so they don't chalk that up for a win for the rappers, you chalk that up for the win for the overall game.
Emma has called himself the best. The other day, Blackbone said it, Vector has called himself the best before. Even you have called yourself the best at some point. So literally everybody has one time or the other actually called themselves the best before.
Yes.
The question is, who's the king of rap right now? Hello guys and welcome to the greatest show in the continent is Trending. My name is Pascal and Trending brings you everyone, everything, every conversation and every celebrity that is trending. We're going to short break right now, and when we return, the show continues. Just stick around. Welcome back to Trending. Now you know what Trending, what we do for you is we bring you your faves on the show. Today on the show we have a leader, all right, of the Rebel Gang. Talking about this person has done so much in the rap game. His name is Ladipoe in the building. Thank you so much for coming on Trending. Meanwhile, look at him here. And
leader of the revival.
Yes, exactly.
That's the term.
Leader of the revival.
Don't worry about it. Everybody will get it soon, very soon.
But you know the thing is, you have to rebel before you revive.
Hey bro, that's another way to go. That's another way to go. I don't know, I'm testing you. Let's see if you drop another one.
But maybe he was actually adjusting his portrait.
Make sure it's picture perfect.
It's 100%.
For sure.
How you doing, man?
I'm blessed, man.
How's the rap game?
It's hard to say you're in the rap game. I'm in the music game. And whether you rap, you sing, however you present yourself, you're in the music game.
Absolutely.
So it's, as always, is the kind of thing where it's about who works the hardest and who has the biggest vision, really. So yeah, it's going.
You feel it's about who works the hardest, who works the most?
One of the hardest things in the game is staying yourself. How do you be your own authentic self despite the fact that everything is changing and still be relevant, still be in people's faces? I think that's what creates longevity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's talk about when Ladipoe really started, because I've never really come across a particular interview where you told us the pain behind each rap verse. All right, when you're coming through, the pain behind each rap verse. And I was checking in your bio right now, I saw more hits. I'm seeing Mavin.
Mavin, yes, Mavin.
What?
I don't know why there's more hits.
Yeah, but meanwhile, I know, okay, because I know like, But let's talk about the beginning of Ladipoe, when you started from. What was the name of that particular place you started from, the first studio you went to record? Can you remember the first studio you went to record? What happened? How was it? How did you even know the rap thing was your thing, or music
was my thing?
Was your
I started from like very innocent beginnings. I was never somebody who grew up making music. You know, some people say that they started rapping from young. I used to listen to like rap music. I used to listen to music in general with a lot of my family, my cousins, my brother. They used to come up with raps, and I would go and listen to somebody else's rap and put somebody else's rap down instead, you know. So it was never really my thing. It was when I was in school, I was in college, and I had some friends. One of my first couple of like real friends in school, one of them, he used to write raps. And he came over to my place one day, and I'm like, yo, I like this thing that you have here, like leave it with me, leave it in my crib. And for some reason I can't explain to you, I wrote a verse to it. Since I wrote that verse, I've had this love for this craft ever since. And since then I started to write more and write more with them. We all formed a group, me, him, another guy called it Lyrically Equipped. We were doing little shows in school and stuff like that. And then from there, coming back to Nigeria really is where I started to dabble in being an artist. Because I met some guys out here, everybody knows the story. I met Shodem Camp and the larger camp, like, you know, they became family very quickly and kind of showed me what they were doing because they were just kind of establishing themselves too. So from there, I got my feet into music in Nigeria, and that's really when I became an artist, because being able to feel something is different from being able to tell your own story. Coming back home from school, I found the stories I wanted to tell, you know, so that's where you become an artist, is when you have something to say.
Absolutely. Where were you schooling before?
I went to college in a place called University of North Carolina at Pembroke.
Oh, okay.
It's in the middle of nowhere, just farmland, cows, all that kind of stuff. And that's why I went for university. So it's like, you're in a foreign land and hearing and tapping into something that is foreign to you, only for it to make sense when you come back home. Understand?
So the moment you were there, it felt like still like
it awakened the desire,
exactly.
But home made it make sense as to what this was, what this ability was. And then the more I started to write, the more I started to see the levels like it could go. And it's kind of where I wanted to like present myself, you know. So the artistry started from there. The Maven Story came like a few years after. I've been independent for a while, and I started hearing one or two whispers that Jazzy is interested in.
It's looking for you.
That to me is, you don't understand, like, I'm not just making music, I'm rapping. Not just am I rapping, I'm English rapping. And at that time in Nige, you know, that was, you must not really be interested in making money. That's how people saw you. Like, you must not really want to be a serious artist. You they do them for the love, for the art, no all they do them. For us guys that are here to make the money or be real artists, we're over here. You guys are alternative. Stay there. That was the energy, really. I've been doing that for a while. I dropped my own songs. I dropped Koyewo, I dropped New Era. I dropped things that some of the core lifelines know me for. I dropped Adoha. Adoha is my first like radio song that radio played. And then I started hearing whispers. First and foremost, I was in my friend's video, Deja. I was in Deja's video. She had a song called I feel like I'm going to regret even saying that. But actually, to be honest with you, I don't regret it because I don't regret it. I don't regret it because of being in the video, because one, Deja is an amazing artist,
absolutely,
amazing vocalist, amazing person, and she really gave me a good look because she paid me. You know what I'm saying? She paid me to be a guy, or Fox, video Fox. You know what I'm saying? In the video, and I feel like that kind of helped as well. You know, with the whole Jazzy situation. I think he had come across me on radio, so the story goes. So it's like, you know, I'm hearing these whispers, and to me it doesn't make no sense. Because I'm coming from this way left side of the industry of the music space, and to me I kind of saw the mainstream space as like the place where your soul gets taken away from you, you know. So it took a while for me to kind of like align, but like getting to meet Jazzy, I used to go to the studio with Deja. Then Deja will now be there, Jazzy will be there, TY is there, Sid is there, everybody's there. Then Deja will now fade. So I'm just there by myself. Don't even know how to open my mouth to talk, you know. But after a while, you know, I started to get more comfortable, and I think over time, Jazzy felt like, you know, this was something he wanted to do. And they were also in a strange, different place. They were the biggest. They were more hits now than Maven, and they had all these records, Dorobuchi, all these things. But I think they saw themselves as, this is an African company, and we can take the world. So to me, I believed in my music is not just for the shores of my country alone. It is of Nigeria for the world.
Of Nigeria for the world.
Do you understand?
I love that. How difficult is it to actually stand out, all right, as a rapper in this ever-blazing singing world of Afrobeat artists?
Bro, that's a really interesting question to me, because before I can talk about the difficulty, I see the rise, the contribution of rap to the space. Rap music, hip-hop music early in the days was one of the original contributors to like the current contemporary Afrobeat sound. You know, there was probably, like, it's funny you say that every other artist was a video vixen before. I'll tell you that every other artist that is big now, whether Afrobeat or a rapper, used to be a rapper. They used to rap before.
You're correct.
Do you know what I mean? So that's how like foundational rap music, hip-hop music is. But the thing about it is that people always focus on the difficulty. But to me, I see so many like success stories. So funny. My career is one. It is just as difficult as any other genre. However, the narrative that it is difficult is more popular than its popularity. Does Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense.
Do you understand? That narrative is so hard-coded for us to believe that rap is a difficult genre, that we apply that every time we think. But whenever there's a success, I'll tell you, for instance, now my song Feeling My Goal, if it goes all the way up to #1, by the time it goes to the rest of the world, it's no longer rap, it's Afrobeats. You know, so they don't chalk that up for a win for the rappers, you chalk that up for the win for the overall game. So to me, it's like there's a lot of high points and high moments that usually go unseen, just for the idea, the old idea of rap is difficult to live. But I want to tell you that it's time to kill that. There's a lot of young rap artists on the come up who...
Nigeria?
In Nigeria and in Africa, especially in Nigeria, that have seen the resurgence of rap music in the last 5 years and are excited about taking their own place. They've seen me, whether it's OD, whether it's Black, they see these guys and they feel like they can do more. I think that the difficulty really comes in having to always prove that this genre is valid. It's already valid. You realize a song is more than just a verse. So that's not for the early stages. Be the best rapper you can be. Then realize you're a writer. Then start to make your own songs. Sometimes your songs need you to sing.
God bless you. Now in the EME, back then, if you remember around 2011, 2010, 2011, 2012, Skills came out with video work like rapping. You understand? And everybody thought, okay, Skills is the new key on EME, that is the rapper, while Wizkid is the singer. Meanwhile, you understand, it was Skills that was also rapping. Now later on, Skills started wanting to sing. He was singing. He had a very good vocal. Even better than Wizkid. I will not lie, because we call musical wise. We talk about voice texture and all. He has a very
Skills.
Yes. No. When we talk about professional, if I were a music director now and Skills and Wizkid performed in front of me, all right, I'm talking about gesticulation, performance, voice texture, I'll pick Skills over Wizkid. When we talk about, say, the swag of the thing, that's a different thing. But he started doing his singing stuff. And of course, you realize that in the end, that a bit watered down his prowess, all right, in terms of how good he was with rapping.
I feel like that's a valid thing to bring up, but I also think at the same time is you've described two different things.
Tell me.
Now this is maybe more a rap artist where it makes sense for your fan base, at least your original fan base, to feel a bit confused and sometimes alienated when you go from rapping most of the time to singing most of the time, almost exclusively. I do think that that can introduce like confusion in your fan base, and I think it's valid for them to voice it. What I am talking about though is that hybrid where, like myself and other rappers in the game, where we realize we have these skill sets and we're not going to not use this skill because of somebody's definition of rap. And I think those are two separate things. I do think, yes, Skills has many records where he's just singing, and I think as a result, there's going to be a lot of Skills fans that are saying, Skills, how far now? I thought you were rapping. Basically, what Skills is saying is that this is what I am now, and rock with me or don't rock with me. To me, I'm saying something different. I rap on, there's no record that I've put out that doesn't have rap. Whether even if I'm singing on that record and there's melody, I'm rapping on that record. So that makes us different types of artists. So many different things. We have to accept that rap has that ability to. Rap goes well with so many things. And I think that you should just recognize this is evolution. And it's time to update things.
It's a revival.
You're on it now.
The next question is rap dead? We'll come back after these short breaks, so stick around. You're not going nowhere, still trending. Welcome back to Trending. The leader of the revival is in the building, Ladipoe, live on Trending. I hope you're enjoying yourself because it's about to be another heated part of the segment. Now, before we went on the break, I asked a very simple question. We'll come back and apply that one. Is rap dead? Ladipoe?
Of course not. Especially because you didn't say hip hop.
Is hip hop rap?
Maybe I can accept that hip hop is dead. Maybe I can accept that. I mean, maybe the phrase is not dead. The phrase is that it's in a new form. Hip hop has done its big thing. When I say it's big thing, it's contributed to the world in a global way. Hip hop music is prevalent in nearly every country in the world. That's how blown hip hop is. As it's deposited those seeds in those countries, seeds grew, but took on the soil, the flavor of the city, the land, the continent, and developed its own thing. Some places it's really lyrical. Some other places they love the melody, you know, so we have to accept that hip hop has taken different forms. If you're still listening to Jay-Z and hoping to see Jay-Z's replica in Nigeria, why?
Exactly.
The person is Nigerian. They didn't grow up in the Bronx, it's from Brooklyn. Jay-Z's from Brooklyn. Sheesh, I'm sure in Nigeria, in America, that's suicide. Brooklyn. I think that first and foremost, realize it's not dead. It's spread its wings and it's given all of us in foundation for us to do our own thing with it. So hip hop doesn't exist in that form like that in Nigeria. Maybe a few rappers, a few rap artists like that. But it has metamorphed into something else. What I do is different from what this other guy does and what this, but we all tap in from that thing. What I loved about it, I love the storytelling. I love the wordplay. I love the world building. I love the lyricism. I love that playfulness. I took that and then I applied it to my own stuff. Adoha sounds nothing like Koyewan. Koyewan sounds nothing like I Know Be God. I Know Be God is definitely not feeling. And feeling is not hallelujah. You know, it's to be able to take what I love and then move it around the way I want.
Yeah.
Rap is definitely not dead, it's evolved.
That's amazing.
Just let us do what we do, man. Sit down and enjoy the music.
That's really amazing. That's really amazing. Another question I actually want to ask again is the fact the majority of times individual rappers have said that, look, I'm the best. I'm the best rapper. Like, I'm the best rapper. I'm the best rapper. Everybody will come out. The other day, Blackbone said it. I think it was 2022. Like I'm the best rapper. You understand? Emma has called himself the best.
For sure.
Vector has called himself the best
For
before.
sure.
Even you have called yourself the best.
Well,
at
have
some
I?
point.
I call myself the leader of the revival.
The leader of the revival.
Yeah.
Is that a way of?
No, but finish asking your question. I'm in a whole different lane.
So literally, everybody has one time or the other actually called themselves the best before.
Yes.
The question is, who's the king of rap right now?
No, there's no king. There's no king. There's no undisputed champion. I feel like I see the chess pieces moving. Everybody's vying for a position that they want to be the top dog. That's not undeniable yet. And I think it comes with the genre to say you're the best. It is a reflection of the amount of confidence required to be a rapper. If you don't believe you're the best, I don't think you should drop that first bar. I don't think if you don't think you're that good. There's an absolute undeniable conviction you must have to enter this genre. It is a risk and a sacrifice, for sure. And you say you're the best when you start to put in those hours and you start to feel it and you say it. I mean, some people said it, Black said it then, I did not believe it. That was a marketing move, and Black knows that. As far as I'm concerned, he knows that. But it doesn't take away that he's an amazing lyricist. It doesn't take away that he was pulling a whole fan base with him who wanted to see him win. Black Bones has been putting that work in since time, and there are people that believe that. You gotta give your fan base bragging rights. You have to. Whether or not the world believes you is not your business.
But do your fans believe that you're the best?
Do your fans believe you're the best? I'll tell you right now, my lifelines, they believe that there is no other artist that deserves to be on the top spot but me.
But now you're just calling yourself the best.
I'm telling you that that's what my fan base believes, and absolutely I believe that I'm one of the most
But if your
rappers
fan believes you're the best, or believes that you're the best, do you corroborate the fact that you're the best?
I never have to say it, at least for
You
me.
just let them say it.
I think everybody's style is different.
Does that mean that you're better than the other rappers have actually said that they're the best? If your fans have to be the one to say that you're the best for you,
That's the
and
highest
other
compliment.
individual rappers are actually saying that, look, I'm the best. You understand? Are you trying to say that you just want them to say, keep saying that you're the best?
I've never felt the need to say I'm the best. I've always say I can't shout. I tweet that a lot. I can't shout. I don't have the time to claim something that's obvious. Now, I'm not telling you that this has always benefited me. It may not have been the best approach. I do think we come in a space where it's good to be loud. It's good to talk your stuff. It might have been the wrong approach on my part. I've never felt I needed to shout, I'm the best. I want to take the music from here as far as it can go.
To the next level.
To where my hand starts to hurt. I need it to go as far as I can ever take it.
I want to take hook, line, and sinker what you tell me, but in my head, right, there's still a nerve that's striking that.
Talk to me.
Okay, what if people are saying that, oh, can you go head to head with Vec? Can you go head to head with Vec and knock out Vec just the way Kendrick Lamar went head to head with Drake and just knocked out Drake, according to what majority of people say. All right, and they're not like us, you understand?
You know, I feel like, you know, Kendrick even said it on his response. He said, I don't like you. I like Vector. Do you know what I mean? So
you won't fight him because you...
Would you fight him?
No, I won't fight nobody.
To me, and this is maybe where I differ from the original rappers, I gotta have an issue with you. It starts with that. To have an issue with you, to want to spend time and mind share coming up with ways to bring you down. I got to not like you. I've got to have, and that's clear. I think it's very clear that Drake and Kendrick have a genuine issue. So would I go against Vector to prove to others I personally think that would be a waste of my time and my studio money, studio hours, personally, because I don't have a personal issue with Vector. We're on a track together. You know what I mean? And if you want to use those metrics to judge, listen to our music and decide who you like better. Exactly. You know what I mean? But will I just go rap against Vector because I want to prove?
Yeah.
I don't think that's good.
Necessary.
Well, bro, yo, man, we're in the game. It's a music business, and it's just not a real good use of my resources or my time.
I know you're actually talking about your body of work is out now. All right, I know Be God is out from the body of work. What body of work is that, and is it like an album?
I know Be God is out. I put out a single, third single in the last, I think, 9 months, fourth single. You know, so I'm putting out music, and there is a project coming this year, and it feels like the album. As I'm recording it, it feels like the album. It's long overdue for people who genuinely follow and love Ladipoe's music. They know it's overdue. The last EP was 2021. I can't wait to share it. It's what I've been working on for the last 2 years. Yeah. Well, I know Be God is the name of the song, but the name of the album, I've not released that. Okay. Yeah, but I know Be God is the current single. You need to go check that out.
Check it out, I know Be God. All right. Is that your figurative expression of saying something?
I know Be God, no, really, it's just the concept of the song, you know, which is pretty much like one of the hardest things in this life is to tell somebody you care about that you're at their limit. It's not easy to say those things, and that's kind of what the song is about. The song is more me flexing my songwriting muscles, my ability, my writing. And it's a fun song, and we shot an amazing visual to it with my team. Shout out to my whole team.
All right, that's amazing, that's amazing. Man, I know Be God is out.
Yes,
you know that one as well. Now, here comes the question I wanted to ask. All right,
let's come back to your mind.
Now, so here's it. Before now, the medieval age of rappers, it was like though you guys were in the state of nature, whereby everybody saw themselves as a wolf. All right, whereby of course, man, if nobody's coming for you, you're coming for another person.
Yeah.
But now, does it mean that, as you said, Vector is your guy? So it means that you can't diss.
It's not if I can't. I have no real reason to.
Yeah. Is that going to go on for a while? Why? Because back in the day, you just have to come for anybody to take the crown. It was a crown thing.
Yeah, true.
Snipe anybody that was holding the crown.
True indeed.
And get it. Collect your own.
Bro, true indeed. Look, let me tell you something. We're irrational guys, and we're delusional. You have to be delusional to be an artist. So that one fit day. Problem fit day. At any point in time, somebody can cut a diss record against somebody. That one's still there. But you're right. And to me, what I think has changed is success, money, the growth of the game. People started having songs that really, really went.
Exactly.
Really, really saying that, oh, this music thing, you don't realize that at the time we're doing the music thing without knowing that it will pay our bills. Yeah. We did not know it to feed our family. We did not know it to provide, but it started to, and for some of us in really big ways. So a lot of times your focus shifts to how can I sustain and maintain this brand and this artistry. Yeah. And whether you're a rapper or not, you're not so focused on, because we're in a situation where whether you rap or you sing, we're all in the industry together. There's no industry just for rappers.
Yeah.
Look, you dropped a rap record, you're competing with Shay Vibes that same day.
You are competing.
So you are thinking of how do I promote my music and put it in the right way, as opposed to saying, I want to be the best rapper. Maybe people are saying now, I want to top the charts, as opposed to I want to be the best rapper. But don't get that twisted, bro. Anybody can get it any given point in time. If I genuinely have an issue with somebody, yes, they might enter my record. They may enter my record. I'm feeling a kind of way about rap right now. People call me underrated a lot. I don't hate it, but I feel like it's not the right term. It's not the right word to use.
Exactly.
You know, and I want to let them know what word they should use.
How best do you do that? Is to come for somebody?
Well, no, it's just to say it. And if somebody is in the way, yes, come for them.
Yeah, come for them, exactly. Yeah. And it was still trending. We'll go on a short break right now. And when we return, the leader of the revival still in the building, Ladipoe. All right, so stick around, you're not going nowhere. Welcome back to Trending. Still have Ladipoe with me. It's about to play a segment called One Kobo. Now, this particular one is about your opinion. I ask you something and you tell me your opinion about it. That's why it's called One Kobo. So you give me your One Kobo about it. Now, talking about this particular one is rap music is largely seen as a conscious music. What's your take on Nigerian artists no longer being the voice of the society? That's talking about the context now. Celebrities got backlash during the last election for taking sides with political parties and candidates, and some got, of course, got cancelled, all right, calls to be cancelled, like let's cancel this person did not come out. Having this in mind, would you advise artists to stick their necks out and speak their convictions about social issues or protect their source or livelihood by being indifferent?
I think that it's always convenient when people say things like this, to be honest, because it always fits an agenda. When people say, artists don't, there's some that do, but usually people maybe didn't hear that voice. So I'll tell you one thing, I don't think this is absolute. But anyways, I do personally think you're an artist And we already wear many hats. But do not feel forced to say things that maybe are out of your depth, you haven't done your research on, or you don't know much about. But if you have a true opinion and a feeling, you've researched it, you thought about it, you have every right to express it. I think that artists are supposed to be the voice of the times, but they also need to be the voice of the times within what is comfortable for them or what they feel they should say. That's 100% the artist's prerogative, you know? So I do think, like, be vocal to what's comfortable to you. You do not owe anybody more than what you already give in the world. No, you do not owe anybody more than what you're already giving the world. What you are a public person doesn't mean you have to have a public opinion on everything. Different thing.
Thank you so much. That was a very, very nice and very honest opinion on one cover. We'll go on a short break right now, and when we return, the show continues, so stick around. Welcome back to your favorite show. I hope you're having a swell time with Ladipoe and Pascal live on Trending. But you knew that.
You knew that.
Exactly.
It's going now. These days, people say that thing they love. They don't even know what I'm saying. Some people say, thought you knew that. Did you know that?
Exactly.
It's but you knew that.
But you knew that.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. But you knew that trending is going on, right? That's it. It makes more sense, my brother. You know. But now, let's talk about the projects that are coming up this year now.
Oh, yeah.
What project that you is coming up this year for you? You already talked about your body of work. And
yes,
the
exactly.
You may be dropping, or you will be dropping.
That will be. I beg, don't let the fans come.
Sorry,
they'll hunt me down.
Will be
dropping.
May is probability. Will be dropping. Is happening.
I did something I'd never done before last year. I was in a film called Christmas in Lagos, which is crazy, you know. So, and I just found out they got nominated for 7 awards at the NBC. So I'm very proud of the whole crew. Yeah, no, crazy. And one of them was best film, best movie. So yes. Congratulations to
Ladipoe.
Yes, for sure. Thank you. I'll take that.
Is this like, are we going to be seeing you doing more movies or being into more movies?
I'm looking at it more like if something else comes, I see and I love the story, I think I'll try it at least one more time. And in the meantime, I want to kind of grow that muscle, that acting muscle. I mean, I do music videos, but that's not the same thing as acting. Oh my God, bro. I have such a big respect for actors. And also just in general, what Nollywood is trying to achieve is a big task, bro. We're essentially financing movies with a fraction of what you're seeing in the movies you love in the world and trying to push it out to the world to grow this whole industry. So I feel like Nollywood, from the actors to the crew, like, shout out to what they're trying to do. Yeah, bro, it's big, it's big. A lot of work has and is. I hope they see the rewards for what they're so.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
You have a music star.
Hey, Hedy nominated. AMVCA nominated, but you knew that.
Man, it's like a lot for you, man.
Yeah,
like,
no, it's great.
How overwhelmed do you feel about this?
I mean, like, you know, I'm not gonna lie, you know, I think sometimes it's worked for me, worked against me. I can't shout, but I do think that there's time to shout and say, look, this is what I'm doing, this is where I'm at. Scream. Exactly. And I'm proud. I want to make the audience proud, my family proud. You know, when I was doing this at the beginning, they were with me, but you could see the doubt and the concern. They don't want their song to go somewhere where you will not shine or struggle in life. So to be able to make something of it is something I'm really proud of. You know, I'm sitting on Trending. I've done the Headies Award. You know, I won the Headies a couple of times. Even though my Heady from Know You, I'm still looking for it.
Look at it.
Okay, that one, I should accept that one. No. I have such a great time when I do these things, like these high points. Yeah. And I think it's really now time to kind of celebrate it with the fan base with this album, for sure. That's the level we're at now.
Yeah, I wish you Godspeed and good fortune even at the Headies. I also wish you Godspeed and good fortune at the NBC. I hope that the movie that you're in, Christmas in Lagos.
Yeah, Christmas in Lagos.
It wins something. Majority of the categories.
Shout out to the Ajani fans out there.
So like, man, but it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Keep
doing what you're doing, man.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for coming through on Trending. Ladipoe, I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed yourself in the show.
I had a great time, always do. Big shout out to what you guys are doing here for this space.
Thank you so much, and I hope I didn't come at you, but I hope we had a great
No, man, we had a conversation. You asked some questions that need to be talked about.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyways, make sure you follow us. What about your social handles? People that really
Ladipoe, that's Ladipoe on every single platform except for TikTok. That's Ladipoe.live. Yeah.
But you knew that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Make sure you follow Trending on all our social platforms, talking about Instagram and TikTok, the same account. Official Hip TV. Remember that you can actually view it again at the repeat version at the 8 p.m. hour. So if you miss 9 a.m., you can't miss 8 p.m. You must always catch one. All right. Thank you so much. My name is Pascal. Until we come your way again, I'm a little but you knew that.
But you knew that.
Exactly.